All right, so self-assessments. So we should be doing self-assessments from time to time. More likely than not, what you're going to find is that you're going to discover that you have unique competencies, unique skills, something that you're really, really good at that you can share with other people. What you're also going to find, if you're being honest, are areas where there's an opportunity for improvement. So, do we really need to focus on the things that we're good at, or should we be focusing our energy on improving the areas where there's an opportunity for improvement? So, have you ever heard this? I don't have time. I wish there were 25 hours in a day. I don't have the bandwidth. I can't add another thing to my plate. I just can't do it. So, I'm going to challenge that notion about time, about not having enough time to do anything. So, let's think about it this way. There are 168 hours in each week. 168 hours, 7 times 24 is 168. That is it. So if you add another 48 hours, that's 720 hours for the month. I'm going to talk about volunteering on another video, but let's go ahead and stick with time management for right now. So I'm going to be ridiculous with these numbers right now and be extreme so I can dramatize the impact of you understanding that you do have time. So let's just go ahead and back out another 48 hours because nobody works on the weekends, especially if you're in the mortgage industry or the real estate industry. Of course, you don't work on the weekend. So that leaves 120 hours. So you back out another 40 hours because Monday through Friday, we need full 8 hours of sleep every single night to be energized. That's going to leave 80 hours. Back out another 40 hours for personal time, work-life balance. So you're going to have another 40 hours back out of this 168 hours for the week. That leaves 40 hours, 40 hours. So let's go ahead and back out another 10 hours because we all have to have our breaks and we have to have lunch. So that's going to leave 30 hours. And let's take it another step. Let's go ahead and back out another 5 hours, another hour a day for no reason at all. And that's going to leave 25 working hours, 5 hours per day. Now, just imagine those of you that are doing these self-assessments, that you are laser focused for 5 hours a day. I mean, laser focused on the task at hand, that money making, that green time, that relationship building time, laser focused, how much your business could grow if you do that. So let me break it down a little bit further. So now we want to talk about time quadrants, time quadrants. And as you can see, the time quadrants are labeled. At the top, you can see urgent, not urgent. Along the left side, you can see important and not important. And we have 4 quadrants. So let's break it down a little bit. Quadrant 4, not urgent, not important. This quadrant right here, you can eliminate every single thing in there. Let me give an example of what are in here. So this is the quadrant of waste: watching mindless TV, web surfing, reading news within reason, because obviously we have to stay up on current events. So certain phone calls and emails, playing games if people do that. And think about it, literally any time wasting activity would be in quadrant 4. So your goal is to minimize or completely eliminate these activities from your day when you are planning your day ahead of time, obviously. Quadrant 3, urgent, but not important. Urgent, but not important. This is the quadrant of deception. This is where a lot of people spend the bulk of their time, but I want you to think about what's in here. So interruptions, distractions, a lot of phone calls and emails that we're responding to, attending meetings that may not be consequential, spending excessive times on tasks, or if you're filling out a report, developing an email, you want it to be so perfect, but it has little impact on your goals. And then this is another one, dealing with requests of other people. This may be urgent for somebody else, but it may not be important for you and your business and your life. So the cool thing here is you can, if you really think about it, delegate those tasks, recognize what needs to be done immediately and what can be put off until later. Quadrant 2, This is where all of us should live. All of us should live in quadrant 2. This is the green quadrant. So this is the quadrant of quality, building relationships, building out long-term solutions and systems, finding new opportunities, prospecting. This is where you prospect in that green quadrant 2. Your exercise and your health. You have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. You have one body. Take care of yourself. Personal skill development, learning a new skill, gaining more knowledge, attending webinars, attending seminars, anything that will improve your knowledge, especially for the field that you're working in. And of course, planning and goal setting. This is where you time block. This is where you map out your day, your week, your month. And then of course, pleasure. So recreation. So you have to enter this information in a calendar, schedule it, and then stay on task. Keep track of these scheduled activities. So I know I skipped quadrant 1 because quadrant 1 is urgent and important. Quadrant 1 is basically it's on fire. I got to do it. I got to drop everything that I'm doing and I got to do it right now. Imagine if you lived your life in quadrant 1. You would be psychotic. You would lose your mind. Your health would suffer. You would be stressed out. You couldn't get anything done meaningful if you lived your life in quadrant 1. So now here are a couple of questions. What happens to your effectiveness if you never spend any time in quadrant 2? What quadrant 2 activities need to be scheduled? What quadrant 3 and 4 activities need to be completely eliminated? And then how much time should you dedicate, if you're in sales, to prospecting? And I mean every single day. So once again, this is truly about time. And there was a great educator and theologian named Benjamin E. Mays. And he wrote a poem about time. And it goes like this. I only have a minute, 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, I did not choose it, but I know I must use it. Give account if I abuse it, suffer if I lose it. Only a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it.